Sometimes when you graph your data, you'll get a shape besides a straight line. When this happens, you may need to linearize your data. That means you perform some kind of calculation to force your data into a straight line. The first step is to decide what function most likely fits your actual data. When I look at this distance versus time data, it looks a lot like a parabola. The general form for a parabola is y equals ax squared plus b. That means if instead of graphing distance on the y and time on the x, I still graph distance on the y, but I graph time squared on the x, I should get a straight line. So, in Google Sheets, I need to have those two columns next to each other. So I'm going to make one column for the time squared and one column for the distance. My distance data I can just copy down since I don't need to do any calculations on that. It's extremely rare that you'll need to do any calculations on your y-axis data. For the times, though, I need to square them. So I'll type an equal sign, and then I'm going to select my first time data point, and I'm going to do a caret 2, and that'll tell the spreadsheet to square that number. To copy that, I go to the little box in the bottom right so that my cursor turns into a plus, and I drag it down. I've now got all of my time data squared. Just like before, I can select that data and hit Insert Chart. Once again, I'm going to use Charts and change it to a scatter plot. And then under Customize, I'm going to change the title to Distance versus Time Squared. I like to get rid of the legend if I have just one data series graphed. And then I go to the axis labels, and on the horizontal, it's time squared. And it's just the units are the units for time, which is seconds squared. And then on the vertical, I've got distance in centimeters. And if I hit Insert Chart, now I've got a nice linear graph. And so my data has been linearized.